Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Bust. That was a very low woof from Wolfie, so I feel like I had to match the tune. But welcome back to Farlands or Bust, everybody. I accidentally messed up the hidey hole there by breaking out of the roof instead of the door, but we are back in episode 557. I'm sorry, that was a lie. I've been lying to you this whole time. This is episode 575 is actually the number this is, and it is Thursday, despite my notes saying Tuesday. It is Thursday, March 24th, 2016, and this is Farlands and Bus. We are walking west. Whoops, that's not west. Everything is wrong. Everything is wrong about this episode already. We're walking west. Now we're walking west to the Farlands in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3. Ooh, and not going down there, that's for sure. And as we do it, we raise money for Child's Play charity over at farlandsorbust.com, which, if you are an observer of observable things, you will notice that we did it. We did it, everybody. We raised $30,000. Specifically, we're at $30,202.03. 50%! 50% indeed. We reached 50% of our $60,000 goal. So we've got some good news and some bad news. Good news, 50%. Not so great news is that we still got $30,000 to go before raising $60,000, which is where we will actually then schedule a FLoBathon, at the end of which we will press F3 and call that Season 6 of Farlands or Bust. But that's all right, because we can celebrate 50%, and you know what that means. Farlands or Bust Fridays on Twitch continues. It has been a staple of March Stream a Weekday, where I've been streaming on Twitch Monday through Friday. And every Friday we've recorded Saturday's episode of Farlands or Bust. That will continue. That will continue indeed. Sidebar, side note, sideswipe. This episode is being recorded live for Twitch. Had a bit of a upside down and backwards schedule on Wednesday. Did some recordings with a group. Had a meeting that ran very, very long, and still had to stream. We just got done streaming Eidolons. Everybody's in a bad mood about that because there's some sad stuff happening in the apocalypse. But I felt like, you know what, since I didn't get a chance to record Farlands or Bust for Thursday, let's do it live. Let's celebrate reaching this milestone, this goal that I set forth, that some naysayers naysayed. Yet, y'all stepped up. A lot of good donations, and of course, can't ignore the fact that yes, there was a very, very generous donation that came in here. Not quite at the 11th hour, at like the 8th hour or something like that. We still got a week to go, but a very generous donation that came through. And this is what they say. Oh, I should have actually said this before I said the good news. Hey everyone, gather round. Kurt J. Mac is gonna say something amazing. Pause for Kurt J. Mac to say something amazing. You see everyone? He's amazing. The pause is where I should have said, we raised $30,000. I'm terrible. Acting. I'm bad at it. I'm sorry. I needed a teleprompter prompt or something. But yeah, they said that's from Anonymous. I can say, just because I don't want people bothering him, I can say it's not Notch. Notch didn't save the day. But it is indeed somebody who has saved the day in the past for us, and I do appreciate, once again, their generosity, helping get toys, books, games to kids in hospitals around the world. I need some wooden planks, and getting us to this midway goal, so now we can celebrate Farlands or Bust Fridays. Farlands or Bust Fridays, indeed, over at twitch.tv/KurtJMac. That is where that is going to continue happening. So that's great. That's great. This little Wednesday thing that we're doing right now, everybody in the chat, I'm talking to you. This is a one-time deal. This is just because my schedule is all screwy, and it was a good time. It was a good time to try this out. So yeah, we're recording this live. Thank you once again to everybody who donated, regardless of the size of your donation. This is even before we've been able to roll over what I mentioned last time, the problem where some, unfortunately, were donating to the Season 5 goal, which has since expired. This is before that 581 whatever dollars has been rolled over as well. So above and beyond, and I'm looking forward now to getting even closer to that 100% goal, which it'll, Season 6 will be 1 year in August. I forgot we started it so late. So, yeah, I could foresee that around August, reaching that goal. Yes. We still got a good amount of time remaining. Let's take down a pig. Take it down, Wolfie. You took it down indeed. And that pig was dry despite having jumped in some water. A little bit of confusion there. But, yeah, that's great stuff indeed. And because of that, we will continue FLoB Fridays. Whoa, that pig was not dry. Let's get in a boat. I really I didn't think to look up any news. There was a launch the other day. I unfortunately, despite tweeting about it and telling everybody about it, I missed it. I missed watching it live. I watched it later, but there was a launch of the Cygnus to the International Space Station resupply ship aboard an Atlas. Was it an Atlas or is it Delta? Atlas. It's an Atlas rocket. Yeah, that happened yesterday, so I don't really have any space news to share. So I think we could just go right ahead into these questions. I have actually two more questions from the lost questions of Season 5 accidental donationsness that we can get to as well. It has been confirmed from the peanut gallery that it was indeed an Atlas rocket. What are we looking at here? We're looking at one from Bang X Your X Dead, who really enjoys that I pronounce all the letters in the name there. What is your opinion on very wealthy people being able to pay to travel to and live in the International Space Station alongside scientists? I've been okay with it. I mean, they don't live. They go up for very short durations, which is kind of why you haven't seen much of that lately, because back in the space shuttle days, they didn't go up on the space shuttles, but back in the space shuttle days, you didn't have long 6-month stints. You'd have a Soyuz go up and then another Soyuz go down within the span of a week or something like that. So we really haven't seen much of that lately. And, yeah, but I'm okay with it, I guess. I mean, they always tend to do something, other than just nothing and be tourists or whatever. They're always going up there to shed light on some cause, perhaps. There wasn't the Cirque du Soleil guy who did his charity water or one-drop water, some clean water for poverty or something up there to bring awareness to that, amongst other things. I don't really know all of the space tourists who have been to the International Space Station. I know there was one who made a documentary, and I want to watch the documentary, but I don't know how to find the documentary. Sorry, I got an image of Ralph Wiggum there. I heard your dad went into the restaurant and he ate everything in the restaurant, and then they had to close the restaurant. But anyway, this is what happens when you watch too much Simpsons throughout your brain development years. So yeah, I forgot what that one was. But it was about her time up on the space station. But then more so, she expanded it to talking about life on the ground in Kazakhstan, and specifically the fact that the Soyuz rockets launch in a landlocked area. The spent rocket parts fall on people's lands, and these people then take these parts and sell them for scrap and the metals and stuff. Which is an interesting thing to consider, especially since all of our rockets tend to be launched over oceans, and that's where all the stuff ends up. But I think it was about that as well, and I've always wanted to see it, and I don't know the title of it off the top of my head, to be honest with you. But I don't believe it's on Netflix. I don't believe it's anywhere unfortunately easily accessible. I'm sure it was like shown at Sundance or something like that as one of these independent documentaries. I forgot what it was. Maybe somebody in the chat can look that up, or not. No pressure, no pressure. Do my bidding. Oh man, but yeah, let's head over here. Make an elevated hidey hole. Blip blip. In the snow. Perhaps up on this overlook, shall we? And oop, up. Oh, Wolfie. Of course. Of course that's something you would do. Let's go here and go to sleep and continue in the morning. And awakeness. And a continuing onness. And where the heck is Wolfiness? There you are. Yeah, I got all these extra porks. Porks? Boop. Alright. Let's go on. The last and final Lost Season 5 question is from Indigo Wraith, who I thought I saw in the chat, but maybe not. I'll keep an eye on the far lands here. I don't want to fall into a pit of lava. I don't have a boat. Boat. This question is there anything you have personally accomplished and felt particularly proud? Oh, God. Oh, come back, boat. Boat. Particularly proud of. It doesn't have to be anything major or important. Could be small or sort of trivial thing. But something that was impactful and meaningful to you personally. The movie is called Space Tourists? Sorry, sidebar. That sounds about right. I think it was something like a simple name like that. But, yeah. Maybe that's what it's called. Space Tourists. It was a woman filmmaker and person who went up there to the space station, but I don't remember her name off the top of my head. But anyway, the question at hand is personally accomplished, felt particularly proud of. Trying to be positive and happy. Let's see. I mean, are we talking aside from Far Lands or Bust? Because really, that's kind of the thing at the top of my mind right now. And like I said, I never, in the past, really participated or spearheaded any sort of charitable thing, volunteer thing, or anything like that. That's something not to be proud of, I suppose. It's just something that never, it really wasn't something that a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not pressure, but encouragement, or just it wasn't something that much of my family did, or anything like that. So it really wasn't like, oh, it's family, let's go to the soup kitchen, or whatever on Christmas or something. I'm not like, I'm trying not to like now cast my family in a bad light or anything like that, but it just wasn't a thing, or that we did, and it really wasn't a thing that was put into me as kind of a thing to do on a regular basis. So, I mean, Far Lands or Bust, obviously the series or whatever is kind of personally accomplished to me. I don't think it's anything too, it's special, but I don't think it's anything too special, like as an idea or that, whatever. Just that I had the idea first, I guess, is the thing I'm thinking about. But the charity aspect of it, which again, most of that pride goes to you guys, because you guys are the vast majority of the fundraising comes from the fans. So and yes, perhaps I've gotten many a message to say that I shouldn't deflect responsibility, that I'm the one who put together the series and putting together these milestones and whatever. But I'm not. If you can't tell, I'm not very good at complimenting myself or accepting compliments, and I've always heard that's a bad thing, to be bad at accepting compliments, or to dismiss. You know, when somebody compliments you, you shouldn't dismiss them and be like, "Oh, it's nothing," or blah blah blah. You know, you should be grace. What's the word I'm looking for? Graceful, gracious. Goodness gracious, and whatever. So I try, and that's difficult, and I'm sure there's other aspects of that we won't go into, but yeah, I'm failing to think of other things, unfortunately. So, but I appreciate your donation, Indigo, as well as your question. I'm trying to think of even anything small or insignificant. I'm getting yelled at. Accept our compliments. You will receive them. Whoop, maybe let's go this way. So, yeah. That. Happiness. Let's see here. So yeah, that wraps up the questions from the accidental season 5 donations. So everything should be up to speed now. And let's get to some newer questions that I've kind of had to wait for those to get by. Cavalry, that was a loud squeal or whatever noise the dog makes. Let's see about this one from David M. Have you ever considered playing Life is Strange? I think I've answered this before. Some other Mindcrackers have played it. Beef and Pause. I want to know your thoughts on the game, if it would ever really come up on your radar as the type of game you play. He's too busy to play games, but if he did have time, that's a game he would play. I've talked about this before. I watched on and off whenever I could catch it. MK the Worst was live streaming it, and I would go in and complain about the phases of the moon or whatever the eclipse is going on and stuff like that. Snarkily, of course, always snarkily. And but yeah, I no, never. I even the point and click adventures, the Telltale games, it's just not my style of game. Maybe I could say, okay, maybe I could play it snarkily, you know, as one of my snarky series is. But even, you know, that could be to go into that with that in mind might be a little bit overbearing and not the right attitude to play a game. It does also deal with some weighty topics that perhaps snarkiness is not appropriate for. But no, just the I don't want to go back. And any sort of game that takes place in high school is not a feeling I doth need to. You tried to get away from me, boat, now didn't you? I need to revisit maybe, but yeah. I mean, there's some ideas. I mean, you said you saw who played it? Beef and Pause play it. A bunch of people played it, but I think the time for that game is also kind of past. I don't think many people are starting up. Let's play Life is Strange for the first time. Maybe there are. I don't know. But I've got so much other crazy things to be playing. Just like on Mystery Mondays, all the weird indie games I play. Oh, man. Lab Tech, who we actually kind of discussed this the other day in the live stream because I didn't get to his question yet, but Lab Tech's question with a donation. They've been given the opportunity to go on a private behind-the-scenes tour of Kennedy Space Center. That could have gone anyway. And are there places you recommend from your experience there, or things you wanted to see? Is there anything else in the Orlando area that you that you enjoyed? Kennedy Space Center. Obviously, if you can, the VAB. Simply the scale of that is overwhelming and interesting to see, and there might be it might be off limits because there is like work actually going on there. They're preparing and building for the SLS rocket and stuff. So that might be out of the question. Pad 39A and or B. Pad 39A is being converted for SpaceX, so that might not be available to you. I mean, you get close or whatever. I haven't been, I mean, I've been to the orbiter processing facility, but that was when Atlantis, the space shuttle, was in there. So that, you know, that isn't much of a draw anymore, I don't think. Well, well, I don't know. Again, there could be activity there, but the landing strip, I forgot to tell you this during the stream. And they were saying that Friday is the day that they're having this tour. The landing strip, where the space shuttle landed, and I just saw on Twitter that they recently permanently etched in the point at which STS-135, the final space shuttle mission, came to a wheel stop. They etched that into the surface there of the landing strip. That would be interesting. Alternately, I've never been. Well, this isn't Kennedy Space Center. I guess if you're stuck in Kennedy Space Center, but Cape Canaveral, there are still the sites of the early space flight, Mercury and Apollo, and even the. Oops, why am I making this out of wood? Even, unfortunately, the pad where the Apollo 1 fire was is out there. They've not been kept up. They're not really kept in museum shape. They're kind of crumbling, you know, monuments, I suppose you could say, or the rebar is all exposed or whatever. But that would be another option. A place I've personally never been to see. But, yeah, I can't think of much else. I mean, other than the launch pads, the landing strip. I think he already said he was getting a view of the launch control room, of which there's multiple. So yeah, I mean, just have fun, I guess, and wherever they may take you, just driving around there is kind of a neat thing to do, to see stuff. So yeah, let's go to sleep here. Wolfie is taking a bath, and continue in the morning. And awakeness. And I'm a little bit disorientedness. There we go. And I still need more boats. Going through all the wood. How much wood would I go through with all the boats I need to go through? Woodchuck. All right. Whoop. Blake. No question, I just want to say your name. No, Blake. Hi, how are you? Okay. When you lived there, had you ever been to Central or Southern Illinois? I said it. Oops. I've been away for too long. Illinois? If so, where? Yeah, sort of. Not Southern Illinois. I mean, I've been down to Springfield. I did the whole Lincoln Memorial tour and stuff of that. Kind of went to college in that general vague direction, I can say. There's really not much out there, to be honest with you, that I know of. I mean, if you live near or in Chicago, that tends to be the place of activity for you, I think. But yeah, that's about that. Not much that I can really remember. Or make personal note of. Second, would you be able to post all your Stream a Week announcement videos on your blog channel? They're fairly amusing. Oh, like the ones where I throw the frisbee to Eva or whatever? Maybe. Like, those are just like 5-second clips? Is that what I should be uploading there? Little vines. Yeah, I don't know. I just make those private on the channel when the stream is over. So yeah, I don't know about that, honestly. I mean, I don't know how many people would be interested in seeing that. I am considering, I guess this is a good time to address it. Well, my stream viewers know all about my trials and tribulations trying to figure out a driving vlog camera situation and microphone situation that has just been all for naught, astronaut, all for naught. But I've been thinking of not shutting it down. I don't feel the need to shut down a channel, but if I am going to do any vlogs in the future, to just post them here. Whoa! Surround sound, sheep. While we're here, actually, I do need more wood for all these boats I've been making. You know, I have been thinking of just posting them here. My Mindcrack Secret Santa video, that felt alright to put here, and it certainly would get a lot more views. I don't think there is that many, if any, people subscribed to Kurt Indeed that aren't subscribed to Kurt J. Mac. Maybe there are. They certainly, I think I could consider all those subs have kind of forgot about Kurt Indeed. You know, I could still post them to Kurt J. Mac, but maybe I would still, you know, market them as Kurt Indeed. Still have that little, what's the word I'm looking for? Title card or whatever. You know, when you see a Kurt Indeed video posted to Kurt J. Mac, then you know it's a vlog or whatever. So that's what I've been thinking. But I don't think the little announcement videos are really the type of things that would, I don't know, that doesn't seem like YouTube content to me. That seems like Twitter content or Vine content or even, you know, I've posted some stuff to Instagram or content, or it seems like Snapchat content, which I don't do because I don't understand crazy kids and your chats and your snaps. But yeah, I don't know about that, but that was an interesting suggestion, and I guess, well, look at all these waterfalls. A good way to make me talk about the Kurt Indeed channel a little bit. Finally, Blake, have you considered a FLoB tattoo since it's more personal towards you and your fans? Considered, but I feel like a little bit more generic just with Minecraft. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 5 waterfalls. 6 if you count that one over there, but 5 waterfalls. There must be some sort of spring or something. We should set up a hot springs. Maybe some sort of tub or something to set up over here. Perhaps a subtub? Subtub? Got a subtub? Maybe? Hey, Wolfie. Hey, screw. Nut. Yeah, you. Boop. All right. Screenshot. What was the question? FLoB tattoo. No, I feel like just the Minecraft generic thing is something. Because I started getting into specific stuff. I gotta explain it. I've talked about this before. Minecraft. Video game. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is a little bit easier to explain, and kind of over encompasses. Sure, Farlands are bust, but also all the Minecraft people I've met, even the people I'm starting to meet now, new people through going to conventions and stuff or whatever, and that aspect of how it changed it. I mean, I suppose at that I should get a YouTube tattoo or something, but I don't think I have such fond feelings as I do with them that I do with Minecraft. So we'll maybe skip the YouTube icon tattoo. Whoops, that's a block I'm stuck in. So yeah, thanks for that donation and questions, Blake. Joe F, still in the UK. This is another donation. This sounds familiar. Asks, if you were to start a YouTube channel today, having never done it before, how would it differ from your current channel? I don't know. It would not be found by anybody, maybe. If I were to start over, there's a lot of things I would change. Perhaps more things with my life surrounding it than, say, with the YouTube channel itself. I don't know. We'll get into that. And a lot of waterfalls. Look at all these waterfalls. That's a big old waterfall. I'm not going to have a problem. I'm going to have a problem finding a good screenshot. Oh, there we go. Wolfie, you're kind of floating. That looks a little bit odd. Hey, you. Boop. Boop. Nice. Oop, don't axe him in the head. Yeah, I mean, the one easy thing to say is, the channel name, the channel URL. I would choose something not as woofy, not as not marketable, not as me as something that would be a little bit more obscure, but recognizable. I tried, but I failed. I kind of just got frustrated and was like, well, I've already got this channel all set up. I've got the settings the way I want. Let's just start uploading here. And then the rest was history. And then the rest was history indeed. So yeah, I'm not sure what I would change. Just because it's worked out okay. I mean, in the middle section of my YouTube channel, the whole, you know, the 2012, 2013 years, a lot of things, goings-ons, and distractions and confusions that I feel like led me to not be as consistent as I should have been. Just looking at other channels who are about the same size as me, who were much more consistent, and perhaps worked a bit better or different or consistently, and the success they have versus me. But I can't, you know, you can't. The grass is always greener, my friend. The grass is always greener in the other island over there. So yeah, that kind of answers that. But I'm all right where I am now, I think. I'm doing okay. We're doing all right. We just raised $30,000 for Child's Play charity. Nothing to complain about, indeed. Indeed. Let's see if we have time for another one. Well, here we go. Trake. I wondered if you're a fan of documentaries. Like that one we're trying to figure out, the space tourists one. Be they online or on the televisions. Yes, I am. Been a while since I've watched one. Be they political, like the last one I really watched all the way through was that Citizen 4, which was about Edward Snowden. That one. That was kind of the last one. There was one I was watching, but I didn't finish it. It was about in Africa, this like area where like the last protected wild gorillas live, but there was like a company that was coming in to try to get oil or something from it, and of course there was obviously the poaching. That was a problem. It got a lot of awards and stuff, and I was watching it, but I stopped for some reason and I never picked it back up. But that one was interesting. So yeah, I do like documentaries. It is kind of an interesting way to get a perspective on things and whatnot. Oh, the new one I do want to watch is The Last Man on the Moon, which is, unironically, about the last man on the moon, Gene Cernan, that I've heard good things about. Rumblings in my my Twitter following of all the space community people. I think it's called either The Last Man on the Moon or Last Man on the Moon, that I heard is really good and kind of unearths a lot of yet before seen footage of the Apollo era and stuff. So that's one to try to find, I think. I don't know where that's located. Where one could peruse such a documentary of informational gathering types. But let's it's getting kind of dark. Let's do this one on the surface. A surface hidey hole. Let's dig a little staircase down. And thank everybody for obviously getting us to our $30,000 goal. And you can keep donating. Certainly, this is no time to stop. At farlandsbus.com, you can keep donating. You can keep asking these questions. You get us closer and closer to that $60,000 goal to reach for pressing F3 finally after so many episodes that we've gone through here in season 6, and do another FLoBathon. We're certainly what am I looking for? We're certainly working on our live streaming endurance. That's for sure. Of which getting a little bit of a headache. Not used to recording at 8:30 p.m. in the night times. So maybe we should stick with the daytime live streams, perchance, and per indeed. God, I went through most of my boats. Let's do that. Very nice. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for your continued support. Child's Play Charity, farlandsbus.com. Whoops. Keep donating. Thank you to all my Twitch viewers, chatters, followers, whatever, for keeping me company here today. And yeah, we will be recording Friday's episode, or I'm sorry, Saturday's episode of Farlands Bust on Friday. Farlands Bust Friday. Twitch.tv/KurtJMac. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time.